What's up guys, Cinestalker here for a brand new video, and this video up here is not for everyone. It's a different kind of a video. I haven't done one of these videos in a while. It's been probably 4 or 5 months since I've done a video like this. I figure I'm gonna dive in and go down the dreaded rabbit hole of gore / cartel death execution videos, and just go down that rabbit hole again and review of me discussing what I seen on video. And so you guys don't have to watch it for yourself in case you're curious about that stuff. And you guys seem to like those videos. I've done 3 of them. And you guys seem to like those videos of you know, my subscribers and people that just see the video on YouTube. It's definitely an interesting subject matter. It's definitely a taboo subject matter. Interesting. It's gross to watch, but it's interesting nonetheless of how it happened. It's a weird curiosity about it. I'm gonna go sit down now. We're gonna talk about it and discuss it, of me, what I saw, and this way you guys don't have to. Yeah. And this video I'm gonna talk about is a very infamous video from around 2011 or 12. I seen it before a long while back. And I just recently just watched it a little bit ago. Putting off to do one of these videos again, and I was like, you know what? People seem to want to kind of get interested in me talking about it, so I figured, you know what? I'm gonna make one, and maybe I'll make this once a month video, just to upload it, or maybe twice a month. I'm not really sure. Let me know in a comment below if you guys are interested in this kind of content, or kind of this kind of stuff, these kind of taboo, gross topic videos of cartel death videos. Things like that, execution videos. Remember, like I said, my first one I did was about Funky Town. Me discussing that, I was always when I was a young, teen kid, I remember getting Faces of Death, renting those out, Traces of Death, things like that. So it was some weird thing I would check out when I was younger, and then, every now and then, take a break from it for a while, of course, check it out, take a break, check it out. It's an interesting, strange subject. So a lot of you guys out there seem to be into that kind of thing too. So, and every now and then too. So that's kind of what this video is, and it just does all of me doing the homework for you, so you don't have to watch it. But the one I'm gonna talk about, get back to that, is the Mexican chainsaw murder video, this infamous video of Felix Gomez and his uncle Barnabas Gomez Castro, and they both worked for the Sinaloa cartel that was, it's run by, that was run, it still is probably behind bars, but El Chapo, one of the biggest cartel operations in the world, the Sinaloa cartel, especially in the early 2000s, it was #1. It was so huge. He was making billions a year, El Chapo, even behind bars. He was still pretty much in control. And the other bosses that worked for him, the network, and things like that, while he's behind bars. I don't know how it's like now with him being in prison, but I'm sure it's probably still ran maybe the same way. I don't know, but it is interesting that, man, making all that cash he is. But these guys up here, get back to this video, were working for him. Weird because it's a nephew and an uncle. There's 2 murders in this video, and it's just crazy because the uncle got introduced into this lifestyle, this cartel lifestyle, through his nephew Felix, who was a drug trafficker and would do stuff going to the U.S. from Mexico and things like that. And I believe he got caught up in something. Then he went back to Mexico, and his uncle started working for him, doing little things here and there, for the different kinds of bosses and that kind of stuff within the cartel, doing different kinds of orders and just doing stuff for them, different kinds of jobs, and really not for that much money. From what I read up on, he was getting paid 300 pesos, which is about, I don't know, 15 to 20 American dollars. Not even a lot. Risking your life for this lifestyle, and they gave up their life for it in this video. So it's just insane that these guys work for so little money. I mean, the big top dogs get a ton of money, they make, of course, El Chapo and those guys and all the bosses around him make a lot of money. But all the other guys that do all the different kinds of leg work and doing dropping off packages or doing whatever, they're getting paid really not much money. But it's just crazy the things that they do for so little cash, and risking their life a lot of the times and giving up their lives. This is a crazy lifestyle that whole is. It's just bad all the way around, but just nuts how that goes on. It's just crazy that these things happen, and they're so huge, and they're like, it's just all over Mexico right now. There's all these different kinds of cartel affiliates going on with war with each other right now. It's really bad right now in some parts of Mexico. Like it's back to like around this time, like 2012. That's what I've been seeing and stuff like that. But anyway, with this video, these two guys, they got accused of stealing from within the cartel. That's something you do not do. You do not mess with the cartel, especially your own cartel. The Sinaloa cartel, this is one of the biggest, if not the biggest cartels ever at that time, especially the biggest cartel at that time when this video was made. You do not do that. These guys will murder you and torture you and kill you, and that's what goes on in this video. And it's pretty much just they record this stuff as propaganda to like put fear in people that do not cross them, because this can happen to you. And that's what these guys got it really bad. The video starts off as this like interrogation, two guys, uncle and nephew, which is just crazy family. They're in front of this like dirt wall. I'm not sure where the location's at, of course, but they're and you can hear guys around them, different kinds of executioners, the guys that work for the Sinaloa cartel with these guys. They probably get guns and stuff like that. These guys' hands are tied behind their back. You can sort of tell. It looks like they got already beaten up already. Like the guy has some blood on his chest, the nephew, and the uncle looks like he's been through. Looks like they've been through hell. They're shirtless. They definitely been interrogated before this. Probably I don't know if they've been doped up or drugged up. But they seem kind of calm about knowing, especially they know what's going to happen. They know they're not going to live through this, and they seem pretty calm in a sense. It's really strange. Knowing their fate probably, and I'm sure seeing what's going to happen. They probably see a chainsaw, this guy holding a chainsaw, I'm sure the uncle does. And it starts off with them just talking about I don't know too much Spanish, of course, but from what I read up is them talking about this lifestyle and things like that, and then of El Chapo. They talk about different things within the organization. Both of them have a chance to talk on camera, and then after that the murders happen right away. The first one to get it is the uncle. He comes into frame, this guy with a big old looking chainsaw. This goes right to the throat, cuts it right there, blood spewing out. And when I watched this, I was thinking, for some reason, I was thinking of the part in Scarface where, Tony Montana's in the scene where this friend gets killed with a chainsaw, and it's just a bloody mess. I was thinking of that, and I was thinking, man, like the chainsaws are just, man, it's super messy. Because I was watching also, what's his name? Ted Kuklinski. I think his name's Kuklinski. The Iceman murders, the hitman, Iceman hitman. Did a lot of hitman jobs for the mafia back east. I think he used a chainsaw once, and he said he'd never use it again because it's so messy. And when you watch it in real life on video, I'm a fan of horror movies, Chainsaw Massacre, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and stuff like that. You see, it's disgusting, of course, too. But when we see it happen, it's just horrible. And there's this blood everywhere, blood spewing out in this guy's chest. It's like about 3 whacks to the throat with the chainsaw, and his head's off really quick. So it's a pretty quick death he has. It's a really brutal, disgusting death. And his body is on the nephew, the last hack of the head with the chainsaw. And the guy's I noticed like the nephew, his like right here on his arm, the chainsaw hit it and cut him. And he kind of just looked at it, wasn't even fazed by it. And his blood all over him, blood everywhere. And he's seen his uncle get killed, his head taken off. He knows he's next, but he doesn't get a chainsaw. So now his uncle's dead. His body's lying limp next to him. His blood everywhere. And this other guy comes out with, looks like a black hunting knife. It's like a knife, I don't know, maybe like that long or something like that. And just comes right up to him and just starts slicing his throat really violently. A slower death, because I don't know if he was like the main culprit, probably the nephew, and his uncle was just there doing some work, but the nephew dragged him into this lifestyle. So maybe they killed off the uncle quicker, and they wanted to put more of a point to the nephew to don't mess with us, so they gave him a longer death. I don't know, but he got a longer death. He didn't get the chainsaw death. He got the knife sliced in his throat. It took like a couple of minutes or so, it seemed like, from the video when I was watching this. And the worst thing about this video too, not just seeing the gore, but hearing it. You hear like these blood curdling breaths come out of the guy's throat because he's cutting into it, and you hear like the knife cut into the meat, and it's like his hands are like behind his back, and they're kind of like moving a little bit and, you know, struggling, but he's not like crying though. Like these guys, they went out like, they weren't like pleading for their life. They kind of just, they knew their fate. They kind of just accepted it. It was weird to watch. I don't know if these guys are drugged, because they kind of just were calm the whole time. It was very strange. But get back to the nephew, Felix, getting his throat slit and his head cut off. The guy's executioner is having, looks like not a difficult time, but he's having a longer time to cut this guy's head off. And he's like cutting all around, and he's like stabbing the spine. And there's like, and you can tell like through like hitting the spinal cord, it's moving the hands a little bit, like through like, you know, nerves and stuff of that nature. And then he cuts the whole head off, and he puts the head on top of the back torso, the back part of the torso, on the guy's limp dead body. And the head, it's on there for a little bit, then it slides off, and that's the end of the video. Both brutal murders, gross stuff. What's that? Chainsaw, real life chainsaw massacre killing on video. I've never seen one before until watching this video, and I don't think I've seen one since this one, because I don't seek these out all the time. I'm sure there's other ones out there, I don't know, but this one is like, it's just brutal. I don't know if they use that, because it seems like it's real messy, horrible. I mean, it's all just gross. I was thinking it's just a messy thing, and just gross stuff, super gross stuff. And but the guys went out, like I said earlier, the guys that weren't pleading, they weren't begging, they just kind of went out. They knew what they did, and they knew the lifestyle they did, and they went out like tough guys, but they went out without saying anything. It was weird. But yeah, just a really gross video. Don't seek it out. If you know, I'm sure some of you guys have of course seen this one. It's pretty infamous out there for the stuff I explained: a chainsaw killing, beheading, and the guy getting his head cut off with a knife. And both being an uncle and nephew connection is very strange too, and very like unique, very unique circumstance, the whole thing. But just a really interesting. So I just want to make a video like this. And so I might do more videos like this that talk about this different kinds of subject matter. If you find this thing interesting right here, what I talked about, let me know in the comments below. And then things like that. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. And so this kind of gore content I'll do maybe once a month. So that's like I said before, it seems like you guys enjoy these videos. Got a pretty good amount of views and feedback. I'm still getting comments now on those videos. I always try to respond and stuff like that. It's like I said, it's interesting topic and subject matter and things like that. So let me know what kind of video you want me to cover next. Give me some ideas of what to cover, and I'll try to do it like that in the next one. And so if you enjoyed this in a way, let me know. I know it's a weird thing to talk about, but yeah, it's just, yeah, definitely don't watch this. Like I said before, my disclaimer: don't watch this video. It's not worth it at all. It's pretty gross. It'll mess up your brain a little bit. But yeah, don't watch it, and just let me watch it, because I'm weird that way sometimes. But I'll catch you guys later next one, and I'll see you then. Be safe out there, and bye-bye.